Testing, testing. All right. So, I decided to do a quick little live stream here, going over well, it probably won't be quick because there's so many, but we will be going over every single break override in Mecha Break. And so at first I thought this was going to be kind of tough because we would need to charge up the break override for each mech, but actually we're able to go here to weapons, and then here in the weapons it actually counts break override as one of these weapons, and we are able to view a demonstration of it happening. So the devs already basically did my job for me here. So we will be going through. I'm going to start with Falcon, and I'll be trying to go through the same, how do you call it? I'll be going through the same order like they did in the dev update that they posted on the Discord a while back when they first announced what they are doing. So we will be starting with Falcon here, and let's see. So let's view this. Does it? Okay, so it's just a video that's playing. But so Falcon, so all the strikers have 12 seconds. So let's see. It is using all of its abilities here, because this is, I think, just showing us that it pops it, all of the abilities refresh. So that's what that was showing. Here, it also gets stun immunity, as you see from the Elyseness there. And it gets a lot more damage. The missiles are recharging super fast on it. It says it no longer consumes ammo for that, and it does 20% more damage. So Falcon does have some pretty good, a pretty good ult, I think. Just, it's able to kind of lay out a ton of damage all at once if it needs to. So that is pretty good. Now let's see. I wouldn't say that is a game-breaking one like some of the other ones seem to be, but it definitely seems strong for it. You'd be able to use it, pop it, go in for a big attack. Let's go Panther. Alright. Once it loads up, premium. Let's see, it's break override. Okay, and it also shows here. So removes and grants immunity to immobilization and stagger. Yeah, energy cost. So yeah, that's kind of like all of them are like that. This is the big part about it though. Is the Lance, it refreshes the cooldown, gives 50% more damage, and it can bypass fluid armor. So that's very strong, just having that. So cooldown -1 second. Structural damage effect hit can last 2 seconds. Complex shield instantly restores all complex shield capacity, shield blade damage. So it just gets a huge bunch of damage. So here you see it just used a bunch of things, popped the ult, and now it gets everything back. That's some decent damage to the Elyseness in that little sequence there. But I think this might be showing, yeah, it just instantly refreshes all of your shields. So that's super annoying. Because the shield refresh will last after the ult too. So that's just a huge, that was crazy damage there. I don't know if you guys, or you probably saw, but it did maybe 20% of the Elyseness's health with the first charge, with it not in the break override effect. But then the secondary one, the charge, when it was in the effect, did almost 80%. So here, yeah, it does just up to there in terms of its health bar. And then you're all the way down to like 10% health. So Panther gets some crazy one-hit kill potential with that, I would assume. Which that would be very annoying, especially if you work for a long time, finally get all of its shields down, and then it could pop its ult and kind of just screw you over. Now let's see, the Elyseness. The Elyseness, let's see. Yes. And then the weapon. So Elysinus, same thing, has 12 seconds. Luckily, the break override doesn't give it its airdrop kit back. That would be so broken. But it does make your energy autocannon charge less time, or charge for less time. It shoots them more accurately, so minus 75% shot spread, that's pretty big. And flight speed plus 100%. It gives your sword damage 100% more damage, and the halberd damage 50% attack, and it increases the attack speed, so that's kind of crazy. Gauss cannon fully reloads ammo, reload time minus 5 seconds, and ejected armor form. Enhanced state can be activated to all attributes, so it just gains 40% damage reduction. So let's see here. So it goes into its tiny form. Okay, so that's like minimal amounts of damage there. Pops the ult, takes significantly less damage in this form, as you can see. I think that was a counter attack or something. Let's see. Okay, so this is the shield, so it's showing that it'll refresh the whole duration, or the whole shield. So yeah, you see the whole bar just went up. And so that spread is crazy inaccurate. Did a decent amount of damage, but then here, like, that none of the shots will miss with that, basically. Alright, let's see. Decent attacks. Alright, not bad at all. And I think this is back to the beginning. So, yeah. Elysinus doesn't seem too broken. It seems like it'll just give it 12 seconds of much more defensive capabilities. It can also probably, it'll escape better because it'll have its shield back, and it can do good damage from further away. So, okay, but again, I don't think Elysinus is game-breaking in any way. It definitely just will make it annoying to kill for 12 seconds. But after those 12 seconds, it doesn't really get anything past that. Like, its main shield, that's already not difficult to break, but it's not, whatever. It's not easy. Alright, now let's on to Tricera. So same thing, it has 12-second duration. This one is kind of crazy because Tricera's shields here take a really long time to take down, and I believe with its ultimate, it just refreshes everything. So let's see here. What is this showing here? So it's getting a healing. Again, I'm not quite sure what this does. Okay, so you pop the ult and it's doing a lot of healing there. Howitzer damage, okay, that's not bad. And now with this, so you dash farther with it, and you have much higher damage with your howitzer, I believe. Is that true? Blast radius is increased and the reload time reduced. I can't tell. Oh, is he just like on no health here? That's what it was trying to show. Alright. Pops it and then it's going up much faster, as you can see. But I think the craziest part about it's not even showing here, is that its shield and its turret form just gets instantly refreshed. Which kinda, like, if you invest a bunch of your abilities into trying to take it down, and you just finally get through the shield, it can, like, negate all of the work that you had put in. Which is kind of crazy. One sec, I think I'm gonna take a break for 1 second. I think my thumbnail for the video is bad. I'm not sure how to change it. There we go. Thumbnail, change. There we go. Okay, now the thumbnail should be correct. Yes, okay. Now I have the correct thumbnail. Cool. Let's see here. That cool. Okay, and sorry about this. Let's see. Okay, so continuing on, we will get to Narukami. But yeah, like I said with Tricera, they didn't even show the craziest part of its kit, which was refreshing all of the shields around it. I think that by far is the craziest part about it. It also gets infinite bullets, so you don't need to, or whatever, shooting doesn't consume your ammo, so like effectively infinite bullets, as well as you gain fluid armor penetration, which is kind of nuts. But here's Narukami. So basically, or the basic attributes is it grants it immunity to immobilization. That's kind of a cool, like, golden effect it has on it. Oh, that's the enhanced stealth mode. So I think it's showing us, okay. So, oh wow, it just completely disappears from view here. And we saw it put up the shield for a second, but it's still hidden inside the shield. So it just disappears from your view. And then it'll probably show next is the charged beam cannon damage increased by 40%. So here it is. That did a decent amount. That I would say that's like 15% damage for one shot. Lock on time for moving targets. Okay. Okay, that's chunking it. Holy, that was a lot of damage. It didn't even need to charge up. Okay. So kind of crazy damage. Basically, what the actual stats are is the damage got increased by 40%, the fluid armor penetration increased by 20%, in sniper mode, lock-on time for moving targets reduced by 0.8 seconds, reticle size increased by 40%, and aiming in the sniper mode no longer affects movement. So now you can actually move when you're aiming in and trying to snipe, which is kind of nuts. Especially because you'll be able to be moving around in that enhanced stealth state while doing crazy damage to the enemies, because you also have easier lock-on time. So I would say Narukami definitely makes it annoying. It could probably just use it to solo most anybody with that extra damage. Like, you don't want to try to take a 1v1 with a Narukami when it has that available. So going down the line, the next one is Serenith. Let's see. Do I even have Serenith? I don't have Serenith. But we can still see the break override here. So, Serenith, let's see. So this is just showing immune to staggering effects, like that. Energy autocannon, so you have less charge time on it. So this is without the ult, that's the charge that you have. Instant shots are replaced with your level 1 charge shots now. And level 1 charge shots are replaced with level 2 charged rounds. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you see right there, it's kind of showing you the charge for that. And then, what else does it have? It has area damage and blast radius of level 2 are increased by an additional 100%, so it just doubled, which is kind of crazy. And orbital targeting system reload, so you have 1 second less on your reload. You have 30% more damage, and charge shots consume 2 fewer rounds, which is quite good. Blast radius plus 50%, and the recon kit just resets and auto-activates. Actually, I forget, in this recent patch note, they might have changed that, so it doesn't auto-activate anymore. But that is basically all of Serenith's kit. So I don't think Serenith is too crazy or game-breaking. It's definitely just more damage from it, which is always annoying. but for 12 seconds you can usually deal with it. So I would not say Serenith's kit is too game breaking. But now let's see, the next one on the list is Lumine. Which, by the way, guys, if you're watching this and you haven't completed Lumine's challenge mission, you should definitely go try getting that done. It just recently got a damage buff to its corruption mode, and so that kind of pushes it over the edge where it's able to complete the challenge mode much easier. So if you guys are interested in any of the challenge modes, that's a good one to do right now before, if they ever nerf it again in the future. But it's Break Override, the effects it gives. It lasts for 12 seconds, gives you energy, all that jazz. But the big parts about it is the drone launcher. It fully reloads, and it gives you 4 seconds less of reload time. So I assume that'll mean that during your ult, you'll be able to cycle twice through all of your shots and everything. So you'll have your initial 4 for each gun, and then after you shoot the 4, you have immediately, or much quicker, you have more. You have 75% more healing, which is kind of insane. So you'll be able to burst up like your entire team, because you'll have almost all of your drones ready. And I assume, I could be wrong about this, but I'm assuming that if you have drones on an enemy or on an ally and it's healing them, and then you pop your ult, that healing boost will maybe apply to them. I'm not sure about this. I could be wrong about it, but that would make sense. So you would be able to have healing drones on every single ally healing, pop your ult, and then all of those drones would get a healing boost. And it would just give you the healing boost for the duration. Target energy and fluid armor regen. So you also regenerate their energy and fluid armor by 50% more. And it's the same for the corruption mode, so you'll be doing 75% more damage in corruption mode, and they will have 25% less armor regen. So that's actually really good for it. The haze diffuser that it has gets 150% repair rate in the support mode, and it gets 150% damage in corrupt mode. So that's pretty good. And then the support Jetwing, the cooldown resets. So before you pop your ult, use all your drones, use your Jetwing, and then when you pop your ult, you'll just have everything back. I do believe that the way that the ultimate stats are written, if you do hit someone with your shot, it gives it damage on the initial hit and the extra tick damage, and all of that is boosted by 75%, so that's pretty good. Now let's see Pinaka. Switch breaks trigger. Pinaka. Alright, so this one is one of the ones that I have had testing with, that I've played myself. It is very strong, but basically it makes you super offensive, because it will boost your healing to allies by a decent amount. I believe it is like 30%? Yeah, 30% repairs. And so you'll be healing people 30% faster, but then the crazy part about it is the drone on your back with the splitter. You have 75% reduced scatter. So this is what it looks like without the ultimate. So it still does really respectable damage up close. But then when you ult, every single shot will hit the enemy, and it will hit them from pretty far back. So because it will hit them from farther back, you can stay further back, and it's just kind of, whatever, better for your health, because you're not being attacked by people as much. The airdrop kit reload is reduced by 8 seconds, so that's kind of that's a lot actually. So you'll be able to spam that. It instantly restores your entire force field capacity. So you're able to put it out. I wonder actually if you pop your ult while your drone is on somebody, does it refresh all of the health on them? I would assume it does. But that's just something interesting. Yeah, they do a bad job at showing it here, but all of your shots will hit, and it'll hit at like 300 or 400 meters as well, which is kind of nuts. So it definitely becomes more offensive, and you can see how fast those bars was filling up. Alright. Next is Inferno. Here we are. So Inferno got let's just watch it actually. So the charge splitter loads 6 rounds each, damage increased by 20%. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you instantly like are free from any effects like Aquila's Pulse Claw. Let's see. So these are the beams. Yes, it lets more beams. It can direct 6 beams at a single target now. So that's the damage without override. And now with override, you can see how many beams targeted it. That's kind of crazy. That's actually insane how many beams are able to target you at once. Okay. And then I believe this is one of them where at the start when it released, the booster kit was like set to auto activate, but now it does no longer auto activates. So now the booster kit will be it will refresh, but then you get to choose when you want it to go. That's actually just a crazy amount more beams that hit the target. Kind of insane. And then the focused emitter, which is the giant beam in the center, that just gets its cooldown refreshed. Let's see now. So the next one will be Sky Raider. I'm not sure how they chose to write all of them out in this announcement post, but okay. So I think basically it just is just like a bunch of tiny stat changes for it. So you can't be targeted by the Pulse Claw. You shoot faster, I think, or charge time is reduced, damage is increased, and reload time is reduced. So just all around stuff. One thing is with the missile dispenser, you fire additional missiles on the release. Oh wow, yeah, okay. And energy missile fully reloads, reload time, and it fires an extra missile. So this guy here, it'll fire an extra missile whenever you shoot it, and you'll be able to spam it more effectively because the reload time is reduced by a ton. So yeah, you can see there, it shoots out a bunch of stuff. But here in the break override form, it shoots out just like a ton more. Like, look at all that extra damage it would be taking. So, decent from Sky Raider. I don't think that makes it broken at all. Definitely on the lower power side of the other ones. Now let's see Norn. Alright. So Norn, I've heard people are saying this one is extremely broken, and I kind of agree. I haven't really gone deep into it, but I do know it gives you more reticle size, it gives you damage reduction, it will let you fire more shots, I believe. Oops. Let you fire more shots, and it gives you camouflage. So it just like it resets the cooldown for its camo. So let's see. So it's in camo right there. So okay, that was a decent amount of damage. And so break override instantly puts you into that effect. I want to see. Okay. So this is its normal damage, so it's really good. And then in the break override state, that's like crazy damage. Did it even say anything? Effective range, all attributes, damage reduction. It doesn't even say anything about the damage. I think it's just that it fires more arrows every time you shoot. So you're able to just like lay siege to people. And since I don't think it like consumes ammo when it does that, it just like is an extra shot for free, basically, is what it sounds like to me. So that is, so Norn does seem like extremely strong because it already does a decent amount of damage at range. So now with a bigger reticle size and everything, it will be doing some nuts damage. Now Welkin. So this one's kind of funny. It basically becomes a massive Beyblade, because its spin attack gets its range increased. So you see it popped it as it went in here. Let's see if it does it. I'm not sure what it was showing us there. Okay, but yeah, so you see the spin range is respectable, but now the spin range, and I believe the damage goes up too, but the spin range is massive. So actually, if you box an enemy in, which I believe it also gives you the... Does it give you back the dueling force field? Actually, I don't believe it does give you back the dueling force field, which is the big box, this guy. But what it does do is it gives it way more capacity. So it will take more damage before breaking. And when you pop it, you have the spinning attack, where you're able to hit everybody inside of the cage, no matter where you are in the cage. So that's a little bit nuts. The heavy howitzer does 50% more damage and more blast radius. So it's a little bit easier to hit. You can hit more people, and it'll be doing more damage. So that's kind of insane. The damage on the battle axe also just goes up 40%, and the defense field just gets refreshed. Oh yeah, you can see here, shooting the Aquila will hit the Panther as well now, and it does more damage. So, kind of crazy actually. I'm thinking that this Welkin one is one of the stronger ones, because you will be able to get to someone, have all of your abilities, more damage, hit them more consistently. Welkin does seem like one of the more broken ults in the game. But now Aquila, which Aquila actually is another, we're on a streak of really, really strong ultimates. I have played around with Aquila's ultimate. Basically, it makes its regular shots into its sniper shots, and its sniper shots now give EMP effect. So, Pulse Claw out. So yeah, okay. I think it also gives you a free Pulse Claw back. I'm not sure what to... Okay. So, the booster kit, does it refresh the booster kit? It charges 40%. So it instantly maxes it out, and it charges 40% more energy. So you are not going through it very fast at all here. So for the whole duration of your ult, you could be in it, which is pretty good. Let's see. So it's an okay amount. I think it increases the range, yeah. So you have more range, hitting them does more damage, and then this charge shot, it does that explosion effect. That is what's really annoying about its ult now, I believe, is that you are able to kind of fly up. It uses your lock kit. You're able to just like spam them with a bunch of area of effect EMPs, which is kind of insane for Aquila. Yeah, I don't think that this one is especially balanced in comparison to the other ones. It definitely seems a little bit overtuned. So yeah, I think this one would be definitely in the tier of more broken ultimates in the game. The next one is Stego. This one is actually super fun. I'm partial to Stego because I like play Stego as my main, basically. But Stego's it reloads like all of its ammo. It gives you more blast radius. It lets you fire your micro missiles while not even in your biped form. So you can be moving and flying around while shooting missiles. And it reduces the reload time, and you can hit people with more missiles at once. And just like all of your blast radius and your jamming haze gets refreshed. So it is one of my favorites. I think it's super fun to use. Let's see. Yeah, so you can definitely see like a noticeably bigger fire radius, or whatever, like explosion radius. Pops the ult and it refreshes that guy, so you can use it, pop your ult, use it again to kind of burst some people down. I'll have a video coming out either tomorrow or today, maybe, potentially, where I have a really fun game with it. And you're able to, you just like fly up and with a big group of enemies in front of you, and you just lay siege to them. You just spam all of your abilities off cooldown, and it just does crazy damage to groups of enemies, which is kind of Stego's main part, is you like it doing the group damage. So I think it's a really fun ultimate. And do I think it's broken? I don't think it's especially broken. It's really good for crowds, but like for single targets, it lets you do a little bit more, but it's really mainly just for area and like crowd control. So I wouldn't say it is broken, because it doesn't give you more damage, it just gives you like more shots on people. So I think that it's pretty well tuned, and that it's just a fun ultimate for you to play, and maybe for the enemies it's kind of fun to like feel like you're, I guess not fun in the moment, but it, like, I don't know, it's cinematic to be attacked by a million rockets, I guess. Next one is Stellaris. Alright, so it got just a bunch of, it just like reloads all of its abilities. So you can go in, charge someone, you waste all of your abilities, then pop your ult, and you just have everything back. So yeah, you go into stealth. I think now it might not put you automatically into stealth anymore. But yeah, so you can see it went through a lot of its abilities right here. Pops the ult, all of them come back, and you have faster reload times on all of them. I think you do more damage. You have more critical rate, and anytime you crit, you do more damage. So you have 20% more crit rate, which I believe they changed to 40% now, and you have 50% more crit damage, so that's kind of insane. It gives you a 40% damage reduction from all types of damage, which is really good for it. And so yeah, it just becomes more annoying. So in its ultimate, I would say it would be difficult or near impossible to kill it with the damage reduction and the stealth it gets, and just having its whole kit back, it'll become pretty difficult to kill for that 12 seconds. I think that I do think that is pretty broken. Because already Stellaris kinda, I'm definitely in lower tier lobbies, but I do feel like Stellaris kinda runs me over every single time. And having it just get more defensive and more abilities would make it even more so. Hurricane is next though. Where is it at? Alright, so Hurricane gets more movement speed, it gets faster lock-on time, it gets more blast radius, it regenerates its shields, and it reloads its turret. What else does it do? And the big one is it doubles its focused emitter damage by letting 2 beams from the focused emitter hit one target at once. So that effectively doubles your damage. Because before it was one beam could hit someone, now 2 beams can hit people. So that is pretty strong. I wouldn't say this one is broken though. It definitely does huge damage, but like I think it's more survivability. Okay, so you could see that was without the break override, and here it's showing the shield gets just refreshed cooldown. But now you see 2 of them are hitting at once, doubles your damage. That's big about it. But important to know, if you have like all the enemies in front of you, you can't hit all the enemies because you only have so many beams that the thing shoots out. So you'll be doing more damage to a few enemies, but less damage against like giant crowds. So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I don't think it's too broken. It definitely lets you like do more. Okay, so yeah, I think it shoots out 4 beams total. So now you'll be able to target 2 people instead of 4 people in front of you. Let's watch that again real quick. Yeah, so 2 beams and 2 beams doing nothing. So, yeah, okay. It would have been cool to see it target like all 4. That would have been broken though. All 4 on one person. And it resets the cooldown, so you can pop it, hit a bunch of people, then hit your ult, pop it again, and then just have that damage. Now Alfred. Where is that? There it is. Alright. So it got less energy consumption. You don't consume ammo when you shoot. What else does it give? It reloads your rocket pod. It reloads your light multi-lock missile. You have more lock-on range from your rapid assault mode, and your electro trail reloads 2 rounds. And I believe it gives you faster like turning in your ultimate now. Although that might just be like base too. I think they just put out a thing about that. This is interesting. Did I click on the right one? I did not. Alright, let's see. Okay. A lot of missiles there. So you have your break override. Okay, and yeah, you're just able to like spam those missiles because they have faster reload. Okay. So pretty good. Let's see. Not sure what else it's doing here. I think that just showed that it can't be stunned. I don't know if this is broken or not. If there's any Alfred mains that watch this and can tell me in the comments. It seems strong, like but like, it doesn't like one-shot the Triceratops or anything. So you'll still be needing to hit all of your shots. So it seems very strong still, but I don't think that one is like any game breaking with it. Next is Freyr. Right there. Let's see. So the break override. It gets the reload time, so you have less reload time, less charge time, and 40% more damage. You get full shield capacity. You get 25% more damage on your sword, and on the buzzsaw shield, it refreshes the first shield throw cooldown. It increases the damage by 40% and reduces cooldown by 6 seconds. And the forced stagger is extended by half a second, which is quite good actually. And the jet wing gets its cooldown reset. Okay, so that's decent damage, but you can see it's like way more damage in its ult there. Let's see, what's it showing here? Buzzsaw. Yeah, so now the forced stagger is going to be longer. I don't like that. It always feels bad to get staggered, but it will let Freyr definitely follow up with more attacks much easier. Next is Hell. So Hell is another one that I've tested a little bit. It basically gets more chain effects on its weapon. They can pierce through walls now as well, and you don't lose damage by chaining to people. So let's see here. Yeah, so that's just showing you're just doing more damage. Does it do more damage actually? Yeah, you have damage increased by 50%. And in close range mode, oh, you have just more range. Oh yeah, and this is the crazy part. So it reveals enemies through walls only to yourself, but then you're able to shoot your beams through walls, which is kind of insane to me. I'm not sure what this shows here. Does it just like reload stuff back? I'm not sure. Anyways, so the big one about it is you're able to go in, do huge damage to a wide area of people. The sniper mode will hit people through walls and you get wall hacks, basically. So, quite good. Again, I don't think this one is, I feel like this one is very situationally game-breaking. Like, it definitely, and that's a lot of damage that it does there. But, like, how often will that come in handy? I can definitely see sometimes it'll come in handy, but I don't see it being game-breaking. I don't know. I definitely need to see it being tested more in-game, but so far I think that it just makes it a little bit more dangerous. You've just got to be aware that you can be hit through walls and everything now. Mecha now is, I haven't seen anything about it, but it seems very fun. It gives the rocket fists like infinite ammo, basically, and you're able. So before you're able to shoot 2 out, but once you pop the ultimate, you're able to kind of spam them like this. Like, that is kind of insane, and it does push back. So it's like you rapid fire them. I think Brawl Kit. So you get 40% more damage in that Brawl Kit, and 20% more damage in your Chariot form. You have 150 meters more thrust range, which is pretty good, and you have 3 seconds less cooldown. Let's see, Rocket Fist, Sling Grappler. Oh, you have 100 more range with that cage. That's pretty good, actually. And it just resets the duration, or resets the cooldown for your refraction field. So pretty good for Mecha, actually. Not bad at all. The rocket fists, I think, definitely are the ones you want, because originally they did less damage because you got like infinites of them, but now you have what's it called? Now they actually do the same damage as regular ones, so you're able to spam them and they do damage like regular ones do. Kind of crazy. So Mecha, again, I don't think that's broken. Maybe the grappler capture range is broken, but in terms of like swinging entire team fights, you would probably only be able to, well, you could like focus one person down with it pretty effectively, but not much else than that. And was that everybody? Panther? Oh, we didn't see No, we did see Panther. We saw Lumine, Hurricane. Oh, that was actually all of these strikers. So yeah, that went by a lot faster than I was expecting. Thank goodness they had the description right here, and they showed kind of the effects, because there is currently no way in the practice range to like have instantly charging it. So you need to manually charge it for a couple minutes every single time you want to like use it and test it. and then obviously you only have 12-second window to test it. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Yeah, I made this a stream because it would have been kind of annoying to edit as a video. But let me know what you guys think about the all the ultimates in the comments. I think that most of them are well tuned. There's a couple of them that don't do much at all, and there's a couple of them that probably do too much. And I think that is why it's not good that they are introducing them to ranked mode right now. So I don't know if anybody, or if you're still watching at this point, if you saw, but they are in fact, and it's right now actually, ultimates are in competitive ranked, and so that's got a lot of people angry because, and I agree, they implemented it so fast. They had about 2 weeks of testing with them and then already added them to ranked. I think they should have at least gone through all of Season 6 with testing them before they added them to ranked. But maybe there just wasn't enough people playing to get accurate data, so they needed to. I don't know. Throwing out ideas. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.